Welcome to Circle of Hearts Radio. Journey with Grandmother Alaya as she enters her magical world of relics, sacred sites, and ancient crystal skulls. Meet with exciting trailblazer authors and individuals shifting the consciousness of humanity. Send her your questions to be answered on air on her monthly segment, Ask the Oracle. And now your host, Grandmother Alaya, in the sanctuary on the airwaves on OMTimes Radio.
Such a special show for you today. Today is about love, not always romantic love, but divine love, the love from the heart, the love from spirit. I'd like to tell you, this show was prearranged months ago. A little bit of story to share before I bring on two wonderful people. In October, I was looking at my schedules and I saw Valentine's Day. It was on a Sunday, and I'm thinking, this should be a special show. And who in the world would I go and contact? And honestly, Spirit Guidance said, there's a book called Human Angels out there. And I actually read this book, the first book, back 1 or 2 years ago. So I usually follow guidance, as you know, never know where it's going to take me. And I, found the contact and I sent the information out, and these beautiful people responded and go, yes, we'll do it. And never did I realize they're in Italy. And we also have English is not their first language, and I have such great admiration for these two coming on and being interviewed. But I have the strong feeling that their voice needs to be heard today because it's such a heart energy. So they're braving this interview, and I was telling them a little while ago, don't worry about it, because English is my language and I have a problem with it. So, we're going to be very relaxed here, and I am really thrilled to introduce you to Antonella and Massimo. Did I get it right?
Yes.
Yeah, I got it right. So
Perfect.
That's good because, as everybody knows, whoever listens to me, sometimes my diction is not, that clear. Now, I had wanted, one of the questions I had asked you, to think about is to explain how you were inspired to write this book, because I read, I think either was from your site or somewhere, that as a part, human angels are neither gurus or spiritual teachers. They're real human beings who have experienced and challenged many difficult trials before incarnating as authors at a later stage of their life. Can you tell us a little bit more about yourselves?
Yes, and we're very happy to connect with you and with all the listeners. You're giving us a great opportunity to spread our message. And yes, about our book, we wrote this book for basically two reasons. The first one is that we really wanted to share the healing journey, our healing journey with other human angels on this planet, because we have really lived many lives in one, and all these experiences have taken us to a certain level of consciousness that has opened up lots of things in our lives. And so our purpose has been that of saying, okay, we share what we have experienced, we share our journey. Maybe we can be of example to others, although this book is not an autobiography, it's a spiritual guide. And it's very important to highlight and to give acknowledgement to my twin flame Antonella, because she is the one who has physically put into words everything that she has channeled. So even if we are a couple and we share the whole project, she has to be considered the real author of this book.
And the what I want the readers to be readers soon, and the listeners to understand. I've met many people who channel in life, and the part of their energy or ego or personality is usually comes through the channel. And to know, she, from what my guidance has shown me, she is a very, very clear channel. Is from what comes through her personality does not infringe on it. And when you read the book, the words, it's like this wonderful spirit or oversoul or from source is coming through. You can tell the difference in vibration. So as Massimo said, they work together as almost like a twin flame unit. Would you say that's correct? Your purpose is to work together to bring out spirituality tools.
Yes.
Yes, we are. We feel to be nothing but tools
Yes.
for the awakening of humanity.
Thank
Absolutely.
you. Thank you for what you said about my writing. Yes, it's true. Because of that, I decided not to put my name on the book, because what I feel is that I am only a humble and imperfect tool, and so it's not about me. It's about
all of us.
It's about the energy that comes through me, and I'm her servant.
It's yes, because when you read the book, you read the words, you could see you don't feel the human persona. You do not feel I don't feel you. Okay. I know you're the voice. You're the voice of spirit. Like I said, for me, it's hard sometimes to put in words, and this is my language.
Yes, it's me, but it's not me.
Correct. And I know you do not have a publishing company that sponsors you, but the way your book has taken off is absolutely amazing. Um, how did this happen? Did you just, okay, I'm putting it out there, and through word of mouth, it just kept on growing and growing?
Something like that. It's, when we published this book in late 2011, I guess. Yes.
Beginning on Amazon, it was in 2012.
Yeah, okay. So late 2001, beginning of 2012. We were just the two of us with absolutely no knowledge of what was also the practical process of publishing, of self-publishing a book. And so we had to learn everything about it. And then one day we uploaded the book from a public Wi-Fi using an old and, with all due respect, a cheap laptop. And
on a public library on mountain.
In the mountains, because at that time in our house in the mountains we had no internet connection, not a good one. So everything really started from a very small act, and this is wonderful because small acts can really do big things if they are supported by a beautiful energy. And then we were the two of us. It was afternoon. And we just uploaded the book and we saw the spinning wheel, and there was something saying, please wait. And so from that point on, everything began. The word of mouth of readers, and we must be really thankful to all of our readers, have been truly important. And all of a sudden, because, you know, when you self-publish a book, it's just a drop in the ocean, okay? What helps this to come to surface and to be seen is the fact that it has some energy within. And we started to receive emails from readers who read the English version and contacted us. The first one was
a Spanish woman.
A Spanish woman, native of Argentina,
Yes.
and who lives in Boston, who has a yoga school. And she wrote us saying just, I want to absolutely translate your book into my language, because people who do not read English deserve this book. And from that point on, everything changed.
Yeah, because I saw, I really think it's wonderful before we head into break, is you have a Facebook page, and what's it, 14 languages? Or even on your website, this book is in 14 different languages?
No, now in reality it's 15 languages.
Oh.
And what is really extraordinary, because I think it's the first time in the entire history of publishing, is that the book has been spontaneously translated by readers, and now it's available in 15 languages, as Persian, as of course the main languages, Spanish, Portuguese,
English,
German,
French,
but also in languages as Persian, Bulgarian, Greek, Turkish, Finnish, Sweden, and
everything in between and the like.
Yeah.
A conscious lifestyle for a mindful life. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. As difficult as it is to believe, there are places in Africa where human traffickers sell albino children and their body parts for use in magic rituals. Humanity Healing International is actively working in Uganda to change this paradigm. The Albino Rescue Project finds albino children who are at risk and places them in safe schools and environments where they can learn and grow free from fear. To learn more or to sponsor a child, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Hello, I'm Miriam Knight of New Consciousness Review, inviting you to my new show where I interview the rising stars of the conscious awakening. We'll explore the many faces of consciousness in action and intriguing perspectives on life, the universe, and everything in between. Join us each Wednesday at 2 p.m. Eastern on the Rising Stars Show.
This is Terry Van Horn, and I want to invite you to join me for my weekly radio show, Hailing Light, on OMTimes Radio, every Wednesday at 6 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. On Hailing Light, we want to bring love, light, and blessings into your world. You can find out more about us at www.healinglightonline.com. Blessings.
Host your show on IOM FM, the radio network of OMTimes Media, one of the more recognized brand names in the conscious community, and is backed by the extensive marketing reach of OMTimes. Hosting a show on IOM FM immediately connects you with our extensive dedicated community. Free your mind. Expand your soul. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
Oh, we're back with these two beautiful souls. And before we continue, what I'm excited about is, well, first of all, they told me this is their first interview, which I consider really an honor. And I'm not making that up or just being pleasant. I so wanted through guidance. Guidance kept on saying, "You have people need to hear their voices." And as I talk to them, and as they are talking out, you can feel this beautiful heart energy going out. And especially on today, Valentine's Day, it's an energy of the heart, which is very healing. I mean, that's how I feel your energy. So again, I'm very thrilled that you're speaking to the listeners and those who will be listening from the podcast. Now, let us talk about energy of love and the heart.
Yes.
Um, you have put that love is that's what makes us. Love is spirit. Love is unconditional. It it's life. And people are hurting so much. I think what is important when they hear your story here, because in your book it's all tools that they in an outline for people to think about and ponder. But when they are listening to you now, they find out that your lives have not been perfect, just like their lives have not been perfect. But you have come
Not
to
at
this
all.
point,
Not at all.
and you've come to this point. So I think you're in, which I feel you're encouraging people to say, "Well, we went through it, so we've learned to experience a true love, a love of life, of love of everything." So, would you say this is what you're trying to get out to people?
Yes, absolutely.
Uh, no, go ahead.
No, please.
Okay. Um, that sometimes also I had the privilege of reading the the next book to be coming out, and um, something that's important is they said you bring out, which is everybody, many of us are saying now, that we create our own healing and we create the suffering that that we see our lives with. And if we recognize this, we can create a change and change our lives.
Yes, yes.
So this is why I think all your work, it's not just me saying this on some of the things I'm saying. I mean, there's this beautiful couple in Italy who's inspired to write similar words. So I think Spirit is really saying for people to think about these things and to really see the truth and the heart and to live from the heart.
Oh, yeah. The heart is the measure of all things.
And also don't believe on having limits, because all limits are self-limitation. You can imagine if we didn't have a vision to translate this book into English and to do what we did. Maybe now the message will not be
Spread throughout the world.
Through the world as is it now, because now it's a planetary message. So never believe you have limits.
And I think also what you're part of what you're saying is listen to your heart, listen to that spirit within your heart.
Yes, the heart is what has driven us to what we have done. We can feel, we are all co-creators of our own existence.
Mm-hmm.
The way in which we choose to do it can really change our lives. And of course, it is through love that we shift from the mind to the heart. And We all know that if we use the mind, or we allow the mind to act upon us, we live a life of judgment, of separation, and things like this. If we shift from the mind to the heart, we have a wider perspective of the entire life. We see the big pictures, and problem is that sometimes many people tend to use the mind because it seems easier to make, shorter and quick decisions. So it's the heart that drives everything.
I agree, and I think your life and both of your lives and your work and the words are energy. Voices is the music of the soul. I feel, and you get that combination going, and people are touched by energy because everything is energy. I find it very upsetting that so many people are so sad and they feel so hopeless at times. And once, I think, again, whether it was on Facebook or your website, you mentioned if you're drawn to this work, could it be the human angel in you waking up? Do you think that's why your work is exploding? That because people are saying they're seeing that there's so much more than what their physical lives are.
Yes, absolutely. We know that there is a human angel within all of us, just waiting to be set free. And if we can be of example to others, but not only we as authors, we as all human angels, all those who feel they are human angels, we can really make a positive revolution. We can, because this world needs examples, shining examples of love and light and real love and compassion. And what matters most and what can make a big difference if we put love into our own everyday life in everything we do. Because it is the small change that changes the whole world. We are all unique. We have a lot of power. I can imagine, I can think of my, let's say, past life. I was a very judgmental person. And through Antonella, everything was unveiled. So it's truly important, this.
Yeah, I think learning about that, it's okay to be powerful in spirit, to have a powerful heart, to have a powerful love for all life, because that sense of oneness, people are afraid of that word oneness. Do you run into that?
Yeah, people are afraid to lose their illusory sense of identity. But the truth beyond the veil is that we are all one. And when you understand it, not with the mind, but with your heart, with every cell of your body, you really change your perspective. And at that point, when you love, it doesn't mean that you love someone else. When you love yourself and the whole world with you. So there is no separation, and everything that happens, it's a co-creation. Because when you really, as I told you, understand the meaning of oneness, you understand that everything is divine. You understand that you are a divine being, And because of that, there is not a destiny, not a God creating the path of your life, but it's you. It's only you. But you, when you say you, it's not the you separated from the whole. It's you as a part of the whole. And so it's really a change of perspective that can change the world, because what is happening now is the result of an ego-driven world. When you understand that ego is it doesn't exist in reality, it's an illusion, because the only reality is the oneness, and the oneness is love. When you understand it, you cannot go on with your whole life. You cannot be passive part of this society, but you start to be active. You start to be part of a change. That it doesn't mean to fight something, but it means to start to envision the change, and to put energy in the change of the world. So the step from the ego to the oneness, it's a huge step that can really change the world. It is the only possibility to change the world.
I think so many people are afraid to open their hearts. You know, the around them, they can't understand. They have a little feedback here. They're afraid if they open their heart that they'll be so vulnerable that everybody around them, or will hurt them in some way. So they close that energy off. Oh, we'll be back to continue this.
Bringing a more conscious lifestyle to your world. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM. Are you trying to get from point A to point B and need a little advice? Connect with the counselors at OMTimes Advisors. Whether you're looking for a life coach or a spiritual intuitive, the advisors participating at advisors.omtimes.com were carefully chosen based on their gifts, skills, and professionalism. OMTimes Advisors, connecting you with the best advisors in the business.
Hello, I'm Sandy Sedgbeer, host of the Inspired Parenting radio show, where every week we bring you empowering information from the diverse fields of conscious parenting, education, neuroscience, consciousness, health, and metaphysics to support you in nurturing the best in your children. So if you're interested in understanding what shapes your children's minds, spirits, and hearts, join me every Thursday at 4 p.m. Pacific Time, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, and prepare to be inspired.
Do you have time to read that inspiring book or that blog post you've been meaning to get to? In your busy world, how do you improve yourself and keep your life going? I'm Lisa Kay, and my Between Heaven and Earth radio show can transform your life just by listening. Be uplifted with inspiring topics, positive stories, and ideas that really work. Between Heaven and Earth radio is conscious living for your soul, every Wednesday at 4 p.m. Eastern Time.
Being a radio host on IOM FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network. The Real Conscious Connection. OMTimes Radio. IOM FM.
We're back with Antonella and Massimo.
Hi
And
again.
hey, and you're doing so wonderfully, believe me.
Okay,
Thank
thank
you
you.
so very much. We need an encouragement.
Yeah, we didn't
You
explain
are.
why I'm talking less. It's because I'm not the best English talker of the world.
Yeah, but I also think that all listeners might be thinking in this precise moment, they both speak a horrible English.
No, 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 no. Um, you two are doing wonderfully. Like I
Yeah.
said, for your first interview, just think you're on a show with an English speaking woman that has problems speaking English. So they're going to say, Antonella and Massimo they're geniuses. They're doing wonderful.
Okay, thank you. But what matters is the energy in the end. So the energy is
It's
good.
good. It's really good.
Good stuff.
Like I say, you're beautiful people, and I'm so thrilled you're on the radio speaking because people they can feel your hearts. And
Okay.
Thank you.
when we're talking about heart energy, as I said before, people close the heart energy because they're so afraid. And then when they open it and they feel such love, they want to fix everybody. And this happens in healing groups. And your book brings out a wonderful spiritual key, as you said. You point out how does a person help others while respecting their choices? Because a lot of people are going through illness, bad relationships, everything's wrong, and they'll ask for please pray. And a lot of times people don't realize when you pray you can't really fix them. All you can do is offer up energy to support them for their highest good. What is your thoughts on this about not trying to intrude on another person's path? If something's bad happening, maybe they have to experience this as part of their soul lesson.
Yeah.
Yes, yes.
As I said before, we have a divine nature. So everyone has a God essence. So as you said, everyone has his own life journey that his soul has chosen before birth. So maybe he needs, and we don't need to interfere in the journey of the soul. Because as human angel, we have the same law that angels have. And when I say it means that angels cannot intervene in human beings' life unless they are asked to do it. And the same law applies to human angels. And this doesn't mean that someone has to come to you and to say, please help me. But it's something that you feel when you have an open heart. You can feel if the person who is in need will upset your help. So it's part of the sensitivity of human angels to know how and when help people. Because if you don't do it in a proper way, you really risk to do big messes when you interfere in other people journey. And so compassion sometimes doesn't mean action. Sometimes compassion means to stay with an open heart, waiting for for the steps that the soul has chosen, and pray for that soul, but not to act. You cannot act sometimes, and this is really painful when you cannot help someone. But this is how the universe works. You cannot interfere in other people's life journey.
Yeah, because sometimes, I've seen it as a healer that sometimes through the beautiful energy of prayer, a person will get better, but if they don't learn the lesson, that they'll get sick again.
Yeah.
Yes, they will repeat the same experiences until they have healed.
That's true. That's why I wanted you to, to share your thoughts on that. Now, I had mentioned you wrote some, this is in their new book coming out. I love the poems, and I was wondering if you could read the one poem or part of it, or how much time we have. There will come a day, because the words are beautiful, but I think having your voice with it will touch hearts even more.
Okay, so Max will read it because he's a better reader. Okay.
The official less words speaker of the two. So also Antonella has channeled the two poems. This one is There Will Be a Day, There Will Come a Day, sorry. And I will read the first paragraph, and then you will say if you want us to go further.
Okay.
And it begins like this.
Okay.
There will come a day when we honor the earth as children honor their mothers. There will come a day when every human being will be kept from harm, because all life is sacred and precious. There will come a day when we will be proud of the world that we hand down to our children. Today is the day if we all dream as one.
If continue, if maybe you can get the whole one in before the next break, okay?
Okay, with pleasure. There will come a day when we will lower all the flags, even those we carry within us. There will come a day when there will no longer be any energy powered by the few, and the energy will be clean, endless, and free. There will come a day when no one no longer will have to sell their soul to the gods of money, because all of their temples will have fallen into ruins. Today is the day if we all believe as one. This is the end of the second paragraph of the poem.
Is there one more?
Okay.
With a lot of pleasure.
Yeah, absolutely. This is a world premiere. We have never read this before.
It's beautiful. It really is.
I am trying to control it so hard. So there will come a day when the wise, the humble, and the pure of heart will lead the world. There will come a day when the wind of awakening will blow, and it will be love, not anger, claiming victory. There will come a day when the lion sleeps with the gazelle and the wolf with the lamb. Today is the day if we all act as one. That's all.
Yeah.
Are you still there, or did you fall from the chair?
It was so beautiful, because in this time of such upset, to hear the words, there will come a day and you can I heard these words. I mean, having the privilege of reading them before, I could picture how the world can be.
Yes.
And that's why I so wanted you to read this, because people are so discouraged. And it's just beautiful. So I know, it was effort, but it was beautiful hearing your deep voice in this. It's like, wow, we're going to be okay.
Do you know what, Linda? In this harassed world, there are so many things that seems to be really going wrong. And if you want to be prey to your fears as a human being, you just have to turn on, the TV, or to read a newspaper. There is every day something bad going on here and there. But what makes the difference is the positive thinking. It's something that we often hear saying this, but we have to really think positive, to be positive, to send positive signals, like a beacon in a storm that helps the fisherman to find his way back home.
Yeah, I totally agree. It's putting words are seeds of energy that
Absolutely.
and when you're putting them out there, you're specifically putting them out there, and they're being planted where they will grow. So, and even if you think of the seeds as flowers, when you're putting the words out there, and in the fertile minds of people listening, it, when they're ready to really absorb it all, the it'll just blossom. So that's why it's so wonderful, and that's why I'm so glad that you did read it, because you're getting the words out there. Okay, we'll be
Thanks.
back.
Okay.
Feed your soul with waves of consciousness on OMTimes Radio. The number one reason girls drop out of school in sub-Saharan Africa is lack of access to feminine hygiene products. The Pads for Schoolgirls Project, an outreach of Humanity Healing International, is changing this paradigm by setting up sewing programs at schools, teaching girls a vocational skill, while producing the reusable pads that help keep them attending classes. The girls pay it forward by making and giving pad kits to other girls in need. To learn more, visit humanityhealing.org. Humanity Healing is where your heart is.
Hi, this is Sylvia Henderson, intuitive life coach and energy healer. Are you ready to elevate and rise way above your normal? Be sure to listen to my show, Intuitive Transformations, on OMTimes Radio, Sunday evenings at 9 p.m. Eastern. Get the inspiration you need to transform your life.
Come on down. You're the next listener of The Joe Show's second annual Salute to Game Shows, Price is Right Uncensored, a two-part series airing on Wednesday, March 9th and Wednesday, March the 16th. We will take you back all the way to September 4th, 1972, the first day Price is Right aired on CBS. The Joe Show speaks with longtime former producer Roger Dobkowitz, $1 Million Spectacular announcer Randy West, and longtime former Price is Right legendary host Bob Barker. So mark down Wednesday, March 9th and Wednesday, March 16th, 9 p.m. Eastern, OMTimes Radio on The Joe Show.
Being a radio host on IOM-FM allows you to build your show on a rich platform with the power of the Internet to fulfill your outreach goals and connect with a very specialized and global online audience, unlimited by time and distance. OMTimes Radio will provide you with web relevance, a recognizable conscious brand, and with the standard of excellence that has accompanied every single OMTimes endeavor. Host your show with OMTimes Radio Network. Feed your soul with waves of consciousness on OMTimes Radio.
And I think we've created a whole atmosphere of heart energy here, a very positive energy for anyone that chooses to listen now or will listen to the podcast. But what I want to do right now is have them talk about how you can get hold of these wonderful people, and they answer. I mean, if this is an interaction between you and them. This book is not just, okay, we put these words out and we're no longer available. They are available, and they are. You have another book that's going to be released, right?
Yes.
Could you tell us a little bit about that? Because I want people. That poem was part of the new book, which I fell in love with. And tell them a little bit about it, if you could.
Oh, yes, we can. Thank you. This is an entirely total book. It has been developed on the previous one. We call it the original one. The We Are Human Ends is the one that is currently on sale. We have tripled the length of this book, not because we just wanted to stretch it, but because we have given more examples. We have gone much deeper into all topics because, we have received lots of very positive reviews about the original We Are Human Angels book, but many people were just writing us saying, it's so beautiful, but it's also quite concise. We need something more. So we have developed every single topic of the entire book, even if it has the same structure.
Yeah, and the same style. I mean, it's channeled also, the second one. It's not, I didn't put my mind on it. I put my soul. So it's a channeled book, but the length has grown up, and it was funny because when we decided to rewrite the book and give it a wider brief, I didn't know what I was going to write, and my writing time is evening, so I sit on the couch, I just look at the wall, and I wait. So maybe I was focused on forgiveness, on the chapter about forgiveness. And the funny thing is that I didn't know what I was going to write. I only know that was the subject of that evening. And then everything arrived and flow. And the miracle for me was that I was not I. When I say I mean the energy that is coming through me. I was able to let the structure of the first edition intact, exactly the same. And I use this example. It's like a tree that has a lot of new branches now, but the tree is the same. So I didn't change a single word of the first edition. It just grow it up, and now it's really for what I can feel and see, it's really a huge and more powerful book that will give even more tools to the reader to change their life, to
understand better.
Yes, to understand better the topics, what oneness really does it mean, and how oneness can, the concept of oneness can really affect our life in a incredible, wonderful, amazing way.
What makes Antonella's writing great, if I can say, is that she goes to the point. She gives you not only what we say, lots of words about things. She gives you practical instructions and examples on how to practice unconditional love in your life, because otherwise words just stay on the page. Our purpose, Antonella's purpose, is that of helping people to put into real practice what they read within the pages of the book, for a real change in their lives.
Yes, because spirituality is not something that we can practice in certain moments or in certain places. But spirituality is a way of life. It's how we live our life in every single moment of them.
You cannot be, a part-time spiritual practicing person at all. I mean, spirituality is a choice that comes from the heart.
It's so true. It's not like you're saying, okay, I'm going into a retreat or I'm going to do yoga on such and such a day, and this is where I'm going to put my spiritual hat on. I'm going to be that person. Yes. It has to be all in yourselves. Who you are, how you express yourself, your words, the feelings, everything. And I had, like I said, I had the privilege of them sending the file to me to read. And it follows through the first book so wonderfully. The first book, when it was written a few years ago, touched many hearts of many people who were awakening to there's something more in life. There's something that I need to know, I need to understand. And the first book provided many steps. And now a few years later, what the amazing point is it's naturally upgrades.
Yeah.
Where people are now. I mean, it's not something that you had the intention to do, when you sat down and write, but it really follows through. People have grown, and the words in the book are in alignment with people's growth, because since you upgraded the vibration of the book, more people are reaching out in alignment. They were ready for the first book a few years ago, and now as they have grown, so has the words in this book. It provides them with new ways of working, and tools. So whatever you did, or however it came about, is wonderful.
Yes.
Thank you.
It really is, because that's what I noticed in being able to read, this new coming work, and I've mentioned it to you before. It's so perfect for the now. And what I wanted people to be able to contact you. You have a Facebook page. Can you tell us a little bit about that, and a little bit about your website, and how you want to interact with people? Give them your email, or let them be able to reach out, because like I said,
we have a page in on Facebook that is called We Are Human Angels, as the title of the book. And through the page, they can easily contact us, or they can go and have our mail address on our website, who is wearehumanangel.com.
Wearehumanangels.
Yeah, angels. .com. And there is the page contact. So also through our website, they can contact us. As everyone we are really happy to be in touch with everybody, because as you said before, what is great is the feeling not to be alone. And so somebody everyone who wants to contact us, feel free to do it.
They also are going to need help in translations.
Yes,
yes,
because now there is the big book is coming up. So if someone wants to give us his contribution to spread our message in the world, it will be great.
And one extra thing,
sure.
Can you? It's incredible this process of people sending us a request for translating the books. We have trusted everyone because we have always and continuously felt their incredible energy.
Oh, I hate to say we're almost we're at the end. Unbelievable. I thank you. You've done wonderful.
Thank you.
Thank you, Linda, and thank you to everyone who is listening to us. We send you our love.
Well, you have my love back too, and I'll be sending you the podcast. Put it on your sites, and I'll put it wherever I can get it out.
Will do.
Okay. Ciao. Thank you. Bless.
Bye-bye.